everyone, it's Gwen from Hummingbird Tarot, and today I'm doing another video in my series RWS Verses. So what this series is something that I typically do for myself every time I get a deck that's based on the Rider-Waite-Smith system. If it's a clone, if it's similar to it, if it's just based on it, I like to sit down and compare it against a traditional, what I consider the traditional images of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. And today I've got the Universal Weight Tarot deck, and the deck that I'm comparing it against is the Radiant Wise Spirit. And the Universal Weight is what I'm used to seeing as the traditional images, and the Radiant Wise Spirit is a little different than that. So this video is going to include a flip through of the deck, and then we'll do a mini review as we go, and I'll share my opinions of the deck, and we'll go from there. I hope you enjoy the video. If you do, please hit the thumbs up and like the video and subscribe, and don't forget to hit the bell so you're notified every week when I upload a new video. Just by looking at them, this is a higher quality box here than the Universal Weight standard tuck box that you'll see here. There's also a book. It's got some interesting information in here. It is in a bunch of different languages, so don't let the thickness fool you. Only part of it's in English. But it does give you some spreads and basic meanings. So another thing you'll notice right off the bat is that this stack is a lot taller than this one here. I'm going to show you from the side. You can see what I'm talking about. Just look how much thicker this is. So these cards are extremely thick, and I do like the back of them, but I think they're almost too thick. And then these are on the thinner side here. So this is also what the back of these cards look like, and let's just go ahead and do a flip through. Looking at the images, the Radiant Wise Spirit Tarot, the quality of the drawing is not as crisp, but I do like the shading. It does look a lot more three-dimensional. This Universal Weight does look a little flat, and that is one of the issues I've always had with it, because the images do look a little flat. I should note I have put clothes on these. I have a younger audience here sometimes, and I just want to make sure that everybody has access to these videos here. So I know some people are against that. I'm going to ask you, how do you feel about modifying the decks by putting clothes on them? Let me know in the comments. Yeah, especially that. It's just, there's so much busyness here. And the quality of the drawing and the image is definitely not as crisp and clear. This one especially is very dark. You can see these cards are sliding all over the place. They have been sticking together as I've been trying to use them, and I don't care for that. It looks also like they've zoomed in a little bit on this image for the Radiant Wise Spirit deck. And this exercise in comparing the deck to the standard Rider-Waite-Smith images is something that I do with every deck that I get. When I get a new deck, I like to sit down and look at these. And I thought it would be helpful to make a recording in this fashion for everyone else, because one of the things that I found kind of annoying when I was doing that is that I never had a deck. The decks were never in the same order. So trying to compare the two of them got a little annoying, and so this particular Universal Weight Tarot deck isn't one that I use often, so I've been leaving that one in order so that I can go back and compare them fairly easily to other decks in my collection. I do use it from time to time, but most of the time I have other versions of Rider-Waite-Smith that I use. Let's get these. Different. Some of the colors are a little different too. You'll notice definitely a lot more blues in the Radiant Wise Spirit over the Universal Weight Tarot. I'd like to see this coloring with this quality of detail. Have the lines be more crisp. It's almost like they used a fat tip, wide tip marker to draw these instead of a fine tip, and the fine tip would have done much more justice to the images and have it not look quite so messy. There you go. Thank you for stopping by, and I'll see you on the next time around.